so very much, Madam Chair. Secretary Vilsack, welcome. Good to see you. Section 22007 of the Inflation Reduction Act provided, as you know, $2.2 billion for farmers who have suffered historical discrimination by the USDA. And this relief likely includes many black farmers in Georgia, farmers I know, like Lucius Abrams of Burke County, Carl Parker in Ashburn, who say that they are still in need of financial assistance for past discrimination. I run into these farmers from time to time across Georgia. The provision was signed into law last August, and USDA started distributing funds for economically distressed farm loan borrowers in October. Bill signed in August. Economically distressed farm loan borrowers began to see relief in October. It's currently March, and not a dime of financial assistance has gone out to farmers who face discrimination, right as they are entering another planting season again in the red. When I run into farmers like Lucius Abrams and Carl Parker, you know, I can't help but think of that old song by Sam Cooke. It's been a long time coming, and I've been waiting to say to them a change is going to come. But that change hasn't come, and the longer they wait, the deeper they're in a hole. Can I tell the farmers in Georgia who have been waiting for a very long time that USDA will start distributing this assistance?
Yes. As you know, Senator, we began the process of establishing and identifying a national administrator that will oversee this program and make decisions ultimately about who gets what. We've also established the process to begin establishing regional hubs that will help recover applications from folks who seek assistance. And we are working to get the word out that the cooperators that want to assist and help those hubs to identify themselves so that we're in a position to make sure that they are looped in to the process so that farmers across the United States who feel that they were discriminated against, who need financial assistance, will have an outlet, have a place where they can go, people they can talk to. They'll learn about the application process. They'll learn about the system for these hubs to accumulate these applications, to put them up with a national administrator. National administrator makes decisions. Our goal, as we've indicated, will be to try to get resources dispersed before the end of the year.
Before the end of the year. And you described this process, and you can imagine, I suspect, how this is heard in the ears of folks who've been waiting a very, very long time. And every single day matters. It's not as if they're standing still. It gets worse the longer it takes. And I just want to be able to say to these folks, look them in the eye and tell them that relief is on the way. Simple yes or no, will you commit to doing everything in your power to move faster to implement this program?
Yes.
And will you commit to providing my office in writing a timeline for outreach, application, decision, and the expected distribution of this financial assistance to the farmers? I think you said you expect to have it all delivered by the end of the year.
We have the resources out the door by the end of the year. That's the goal. Now, we don't know how many applications we're going to receive, Senator. Do you know how many applications we're going to receive?
Let me hear from you. I mean, we're...
Well, how many are we going to receive?
Well,
we're going to receive 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, 100,000, 200,000. We don't know. So the goal here is to try to make sure that we get information.
I would assume your agency and the folks who do this work would have done some research to have a sense of what the universe is.
Don't necessarily. We know from prior experience how many applications have been filed and how many people received compensation in Pigford, Keep Siegel, Love, Garcia. We know that universe, but we don't know if that universe is the only universe of people that will apply. And so we're planning on a significant number of applications coming in, which is going to obviously require some time. It's also going to require time. You can't just rush this from a standpoint of setting up the national administrator and then saying you've got 30 days to get the applications in. You've got to give people enough time to understand what the system is. From prior experience, we know that.
Yeah, and as I talk to Georgia farmers, they feel like they've been waiting really just to hear, to get some clear communication from USDA, which frankly they don't trust, about what's going on. And it's trust that we've got to work to rebuild. We've got to proactively communicate to these farmers who've been waiting on this financial assistance for a very long time. So let me ask you this. When was the last time you personally sat down with farmers who feel like they face discrimination at the hands of your agency?
2 or 3 weeks ago.
Okay. And you want to say anything about that exchange? Did people walk away with a clear sense of the process? Are you satisfied with your outreach?
Well, am I satisfied with the outreach? The outreach hasn't really technically begun because we have to get the national administrator and the hubs in place. But what we're doing now is basically asking cooperators, folks who want to be part of this effort to get information out about how you apply, where you apply, what information you have to provide, what the standards are going to be. We need to get that information out to folks.
All right. Do you understand that farmers feel like it's getting information from the USDA
It's not coming from the USDA. That's the point of this. The point of it is we're going to have cooperators that these folks trust. We're going to give them information. We're going to give the hubs information. We're going to give the cooperators information, and then they're going to help us get information out. In addition to that, there will also be, no doubt, some kind of communication system involving ads in appropriate pages and all of that.
Right.
Okay, so there's going to be a lot of work to get information out in a variety of ways, and hopefully, folks, it will get to the people that absolutely are interested in this and feel that they deserve an opportunity.
Will you personally commit to hosting meetings with these farmers with you and your staff? Because at the end of the day, they're looking to you.
Well, I'm happy to visit with farmers, Senator, at any point in time. If you want to put a group of farmers together, I'm more than happy to visit with them. I've done that before, and you know that. You know that.
Well, I'm hearing from farmers that they're not clear about the process.
Well,
and when they can expect. Let me ask you this. Will you provide to my office in writing USDA's proactive outreach strategy for communicating with and updating farmers during the implementation of the process that we've discussed?
Sure.
All right. Thank you so much. And
anytime you've asked for information, Senator, I've given it to you.
Well, I'm not concerned about me. I'm concerned about the farmers.
If I give it to you, I'm assuming you're going to give it to the farmers.
Who have been waiting for a very long time. And I think if you feel impatient, imagine how impatient they feel at this point. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.